Hello everyone, today we're going to see how to create VPC on Google Cloud. So first we need to find the service that is called VPC. We can find it here. We can write it in the search bar like VPC, or we can click in the left menu and click here in VPC network. So let's click it, and here is the menu for the VPC service. So we have here in the left panel the VPC networks, IP addresses, like the firewall service, routes, share VPC, and other options. So to create a VPC, we need to click here on the VPC networks, and here by default, Google Cloud creates a default VPC, but in this case we're gonna create a new one. So let's click here, create VPC network, and we're gonna put a name. So let's put it like VPC test. We can put here some description. This is test VPC, and we can define the subnet creation mode. We can define custom or automatic. If we put it here like automatic, Google Cloud is going to create a subnet in every region that is available. In this case, we want to create a custom subnet, so we're gonna leave it custom, and here in the subnets bar we're gonna add a new subnet. So the name of the subnet, we can put it like subnet servers. In a description, I think subnet servers, in lowercase, subnet servers. Okay. Description, this subnet is for the servers. We need to define a region where we want this subnet be. In this case, I'm gonna put it in US East 1 in South Carolina. We're gonna leave it the IPv4 stack type, and here we need to define the IPv4 range. In this case, I'm gonna define 192.968.0.0/24 range, and finally we need to click done. We can add more subnets if we want to enable more kind of services. We can create a new one. In this case, I'm only going to create one. Next, we have like the firewall rules. Here we can define the ports the ports and network segments that we want to allow to ingress or egress our VPC. In this case, I'm only going to select the VPC test allow RDP firewall rule, and this is going to allow all connections from the outside to connect via the port 3381 to my VPC. Everything else I'm gonna leave it as default, and finally we click create. After some time, the VPC is created. So if we click the VPC, we can see here all the information of this VPC, like the subnet. We can like also create a new subnet from here. We can see the static internal IP addresses, the firewall rules. In this case, we only have created one, the one we select, and we can see like also the routes. In this case, there is no, well, we can see that route here. If we select a region, and we can also make a network peering with another VPC, and yeah. So if we want to delete the VPC, we can click here, delete VPC network, and it's going to delete the VPC. In this case, I'm gonna leave it like this, and yeah, that will be everything.